So, lads, I think we can expect this book to ruffle a lot of feathers. I think we can expect this book to absolutely ruffle feathers because, if you guys don't know, this is the Christine Brennan, Caitlin Clark book. And it is a book that is essentially, it seems like it is a solid percentage of it, an expose on the WNBA media, which is a crazy one. An expose on the WNBA and the WNBA media. And people are trying to get out in front of this. The Team USA situation was crazy last year, if you guys don't know. So basically, again, Caitlin Clark was told she had a chance of making Team USA. She never did. They gave every excuse in the book, being like, oh, originally it was she wasn't in the best, she's not one of the best 12 players in the world. And people were like, well, she clearly is. It was then, oh, she didn't do the camp, but the training camp was on during the Final Fours, and she was told, she was told that it wouldn't make any difference, and that it would be based on how she played at the start of the season. And then, as things went on, Caitlin Clark became inevitable. And in fairness, Dawn Staley was the only person who came out and said, yeah, we would have picked her on the team. And Cheryl Reeve, by the way, who was the coach of the team, and everybody knows the coaching staff has something to do with it, was out there tweeting negative stuff about Caitlin Clark and about how the WNBA were dealing with the Caitlin Clark situation. And look, I mean this when I say this. You can have lapses of judgment. I think Cheryl Reeve's an exceptional coach. You can have lapses of judgment. You can tweet dumb things. Who would I to judge people solely based on dumb takes on Twitter rather than just judge the takes in isolation? As a chronically online person who has said dumb shit in the past, like, I'm not basing my opinion on Christine Brennan, on Cheryl Reeve based on this. However, Cheryl Reeve is now deleting all of the tweets. So, this is what Cheryl Reeve has said about Christine Brennan.
And if she were paying attention...
Sorry, I did not hear that. I have my volume turned down.
What she wrote is fiction. And if she were paying attention, one of the things that I have done for years is held the league accountable for their missteps, mishaps, their lack of representation of all teams. And so that particular situation had nothing to do with Caitlin Clark, and had everything to do with a WNBA social media post that promoted one preseason game and not all preseason games.
See, that's where she's wrong. First of all, she's responding to... I'm actually going to block out who she's responding to. I'm going to show you guys my Twitter because, like, it matters. So, the problem was not the initial tweet. And she's trying to change the narrative because she's deleting all her tweets as well. She is trying to change the narrative about what she did. And by the way, I don't think what she did is that egregious. I think it's not a good look for somebody that is on Team USA. So they genuinely said Indiana takes on Dallas for the first preseason matchup of the year. Download the WNBA app for free to access tonight's game. So basically they were like, well, this is on TV. Download the app to watch it. The Minnesota Lynx and the Chicago Sky was not there. And the funniest thing is, like, people were like 2 million people watched this. It's like the actual record for viewership is that 2 million people watching a Twitter live stream of Angel Reese first game. And I'm like, dude, you do realize that if someone scrolls by a tweet, it counts as a view, right? Like, 2 million views on Twitter is like 10,000 views on a YouTube video. I think there was like 2,000 people watching it concurrently. But, like, if you guys don't know, the clip on Twitter of Caitlin Clark getting knocked down by Marina Mabry and after being poked in the eye by JC Sheldon is at something like 70 million views right now. 70. Not 2. But she says here, fans can go to link. The fans will be able to watch. Fans can go to links I haven't followed through via play-by-play or if in the market. So this is the tweet that she's referencing and saying, this is all I did. But it's not all she did. And nobody had a problem with that tweet. This is why people had a problem with the tweet. Somebody that I'm not going to share their name tweeted, is there a reason it's not being shown? Because they only care about Caitlin. That part. And this is, again, somebody who when she was coming up about playing against Caitlin. Playing against Caitlin, they were asked about, the fans in Minnesota, and it's like, Caitlin, there's going to be an awful lot of fans here supporting the other team, and just asked about that. And her answer was, I don't give one shit about Caitlin Clark. I don't give one shit about Caitlin Clark. I don't give two shits about Caitlin Clark. I might be misquoting, but it was something along the lines of that. Or maybe it was about the fans, but it was something along the lines of that. And by the way, like, we can all be honest. This is Cheryl Reeve. This is Cheryl Reeve we're talking about. Like, Cheryl Reeve speaks with no filter, and that in life, there's always problems that comes from that. And again, this is coming from somebody who says dumb shit and all the time. And like, it's fine doing that. And Cheryl Reeve when you speak with no filter, you say dumb stuff. And she said some dumb stuff, but she's now trying to completely change the narrative, talking about the book, because apparently people have read the book and are like, yeah, the WNBA media, like WNBA, it's going to be, like, people are going to have to actually come out and like talk about it, because it's that crazy, the whole situation.
And so I simply said that, and by the way, the Minnesota Lynx are playing the Chicago Sky, which, also had some popular player in Angel Reese that people were interested in. And it simply wasn't posted on their account. I also posted things when Nafisa Collier was not including in promotion.
So that's the thing. She did do what she said, but she said that was all she did. The reason why people are annoyed is of the that part tweet. And it's very different when you are the coach of Team USA and that player is in the pool for the Olympics. It is very, very much a case. And when you had insiders coming out leaking it to the media that Team USA, a major reason they did not pick Caitlin Clark was they did not want the circus. They did not want the fans around. That was leaked. And again, I don't know who it is, but you've seen people, like proper people in the media, say that they had heard that from sources. And again, I'm not going to speak about it like it's fact, because the source did not come out. But to say it's like there's a good chance that it's the case, like to say there's a good chance that it's that happened is true. Like, it is. And it's funny because Dawn Staley is now on a pro Caitlin Clark press tour. And in fairness, a lot of people are like going at Dawn Staley because, like, when she said Angel Reese's rookie of the year last year, but like at the time she said it, I'm not gonna lie, like there was a time where there was a legitimate debate. Angel had a month where she averaged like 16 and 14 last year, like, and the Sky were winning games. So it is what it is. By the time the All-Star break, rookie of the year was all but over, but still.
Promotion of the greatness of our league, and I made posts. And so if Christine Brennan were being thorough and a legitimate reporter in this situation, she would have gotten full context, but it didn't fit the narrative. Christine Brennan likes to have a villain in her storytelling.
I mean, I actually don't disagree. Like, I would say quite a lot of things when it comes to this. Quite a lot of things when it comes to this is when it comes to Christine Brennan is I actually do think she wanted to make she did want to make an expose book. But at the end of the day, in this one scenario, Cheryl, you are in the wrong in this specific scenario. Cheryl Reeve has just come out and she's deleted this tweet, by the way. She has gone out and she's deleting tweets. Like, you cannot find this tweet anymore. And obviously, look, it's the internet. Things are forever. Things are forever on the internet. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. And it's you're not going to win questioning the credibility of Christine Brennan. And I don't think the WNBA realizes that. I don't think the WNBA realize who Christine Brennan is. Like, you can criticize, you can wait till the book comes out and you can criticize individual parts of the book. You cannot win by criticizing Christine Brennan. She was the first president of the Association for Women in Sports Media, longtime advocate for women's sports. She started AWSM Scholarship Internship Program for Female Journalist Student, which is now honored 200 students. She funds two of the scholarships, which are named after her late parents. In 2023, she came back as the leader of Charter Board, currently working on an unauthorized book of Caitlin Clark. Yeah. Yeah. It's, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But going at the credibility of Christine Brennan is probably not the smartest thing to do in general. But anyway, I'll see you guys.